did the university police. So basically they're hired by in the college or university to protect the people on campus or the campus itself. They're trained like normal police, but it's with more of a campus setting type training, and they go to a 6-month academy. And then they become sworn in officers. They don't have the same police duties as normal police, and they're basically the equivalent to armed security guards.
This job began in 1894 at Yale University, and they made an agreement with the New Haven Police Department to assign 2 of their officers on the Yale campus to prevent crime and improve the relations and functions between the students and the police force. And then 73 years later, most college universities became their own police departments and hired more. And there was originally no law to require it, but after the Kent State shootings and the Vietnam War protests, they authorized the law in the late 60s. And then in the 80s, most campuses had officers. In 2004, 90% of the officers were armed with weapons, and 92 were responsible for their own dispatching. Also, 94% of the campuses had sworn-in officers, and they had arrest power, unlike some others. There are job requirements to be a campus police officer. Getting an education is really important, and you must earn a high school diploma in some type of college degree in a field such as criminal justice. And they recommend you get an associate's degree, and you must also graduate from a police academy and acquire important skills for the job, like having the physical abilities, mental abilities for any situation, being prepared on alert, staying on task to do your job, and many more. As for experience, you're going to want a lot of experience. It's suggested that you get a few years before you even apply for the job. So there's also additional training requirements depending on the university that you want to be employed at. And there's a video of improvement at the end.
Okay, and the nature of work, they're usually around 8-hour shifts, and they vary from night and day. Most people really hate the night shifts. And it can be indoor, outdoor, behind a desk, in car, or on a bike. Many people like that there's a bunch of different variety so they can still do their work the way they like. And then their responsibilities are to protect the students, staff, visitors, and campus property. They also can provide general information to the people that are visiting or on campus. They enforce the traffic rules and the laws that the campus has already set up. All of them carry weapons, and they help with investigations that happened on campus. And as far as the things they have done, they can go on trial for cases that have happened on campus, but they haven't really done that much. Like, there aren't big stories. The #1 ranked, though, is Columbus Community College, and they have been gaining more rights over time, and they're becoming like more real police officers.
You can do it. There's a lot of benefits financially to be a campus officer. The average salary is about $50,000 a year, but it can change depending on your status and which university you're employed at. And then once you're retired, there's several things that you can do. There's a supplemental pension plan where it's based on the years of service and the age that you retire at. And it's specifically made to allow officers to retire when they're 55 with at least 20 years of service. And if an officer becomes disabled and is unable to perform the duties on their job, they also get benefits. And so you must be able to apply to you have to apply and meet the requirements to be able to leave if you're disabled. You can receive credit under the plan that you had, but it all kind of depends on the severity of your case. And you'll get at least 65% of the salary that you would have gotten before you were disabled. And then there's a survivor plan for the people who die before the retirement age, and their spouse, if they're married, and kids, if they have any, get percentages of their salary based on how many years of service they had. And the maximum is $2,500 per month for each. And on the next this is just like a graph of like how they do the math for that. So like if you had less than 12 years of service, your spouse will get 15% of your salary and your children will get 5%. And it goes all the way down to at least 32 to getting up to 44% and 14.8%.
Then for the current event, a man that was a campus cop shot an innocent person and he was charged with murder, and many people are now questioning if campus cops are actually reliable and they should be on campus because they've been not doing their job in a safe way. Go through the videos.
This is just a video of at Cornell University of recruiting.
I have a tremendous amount of fun when I come to work. We're even doing the simple calls to the complex calls. You know, it's about the people you work with and the environment that you work in that make it enjoyable.
We get a lot of support from the community, the university itself. The benefits are phenomenal. They have a great retirement plan, which I'm hoping I can take advantage of in a few years.
When I came here 11 years ago, I only had a associate degree in criminal justice. Since then, the university has supported me in my efforts to gain my bachelor's degree in criminal justice and my master's degree in public administration. So I like the fact that the university supported that effort.
And we have a lot of opportunity for people to move not only laterally to these special assignments, but we also have a number of opportunities for advancement to higher ranks for those people that want to take on stronger leadership positions.
I started as a patrol officer, I then became a canine officer, I then became a sergeant, and now I'm a lieutenant. They have given me a lot of opportunity that I'm not sure I would have gotten at a municipal agency.
My family's all here, my friends are all here, and
It's 11 p.m. on a Thursday in Athens, Ohio, which for a lot of Ohio University students means Thirsty Thursday. But for OU police officer Zach Hahn, it means the beginning of his shift.
People at this stage, you know, it's kind of a teaching process as well, where, again, you know people are going to, make mistakes, and you can try to help them instead of, maybe punish them for those mistakes. And compared to, working with the county, something might be bad to say, but you're kind of working with some career criminals at that point.
Ohio University has a party school reputation which some students think they have to uphold. But for campus police, it means upholding order. The OUPD station operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, just like any municipal police department. Some officers like Hahn are graduates of the university.
I always loved the area down here. There's a lot of pride in being a Bobcat. So, it was just, it was a perfect fit. And I saw it, and I just went for it.
Under state law, OUPD is a run-of-the-mill police department. Ohio Revised Code gives campus police the same powers and authority that are vested in a city or county police officer. This is a surprise to students who often view campus police officers as simply hired rent-a-cops who roam residence halls to bust people for weed and alcohol.
I guess since they're campus police, I don't think of them as like the normal cops that kill everybody, but nowadays it's scary to think about that.
At OU, the 30 sworn police officers.
And we chose the video for Ohio because there's all of the current events and news is all about the Ohio Police Department.